Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, you're looking rather fabulous, Ashley.
Oh, thank you so much. I spent
You're talking to me
£100
there.
on... No, but listen, I watched Bridgerton and then I went on shine.com and they were bulk selling all of their like costume headwear.
Oh my God, they're amazing.
And there's maybe like 40 headpieces and I got them all for £100. How are you doing, Raymond?
Ashley, I'm cool. I've been working. I went to work after remember I had the COVID, right? Remember I had the COVID and I died and I was resurrected. And I went to work. I've got a job for the NHS. Can you, in fact, I'll show you the fucking look
at clap for our hero. Clap, you bastards. He works for the NHS.
I mean, you don't know what I do. I'm basically I'm working for the Department of Proctology. I'm a professional arse buster. I'm in the stores, you know. I'm in the stores at Hermeyer's Hospital and things, you know, putting the legs one bit in the arms and the heads in a big bucket.
Thank you so much to Finlay Young for sponsoring this episode. Finlay just wanted to make sure that good content can continue to be made in difficult times. Thank you so much, Finlay, our sponsor. Sean, if someone wants to sponsor an episode, how can they go about it?
They can contact us via Twitter or Facebook at AWBU Podcast.
I like it that we've got people just sponsoring an episode. It means we don't have to pretend we've slept on a Casper mattress or like dollarshaveclub.com or something, or though if Dollar Shave Club or HelloFresh would like to sponsor this podcast, I'll lie.
Story number 1 this week is about second date. So it's a Mumsnet post. It says, am I being unreasonable to ask, what is the weirdest reason you have decided to not go on a second date with someone? Just imagine you're on a first date with someone and it's going good until that moment they say or do something that instantly switches your brain to nope. I had a first date with someone after chatting to them for a few weeks. It was going well and we were walking through one of my favourite country parks, beautiful, with a takeaway coffee when he decided to dump the empty cup on the floor, when there were bins dotted around everywhere. And that was a moment right there that couldn't be undone. I guess I don't like litter bugs. So tell me, what was their crime? Big, small, weird, wonderful or other?
Sean, you're quite a settled man, and from the stories you've told us in the previous episodes, you're a bit of a desperate Dan. Have you ever not accepted a second date for any reason?
I usually I fall in love by the second date.
Oh.
Yes. I turned down a second date because the person turned up with 2 of their friends to the date. They didn't tell me they were going to bring them. And they just sat and talked about stuff that only they would know about the entire time.
They didn't like you, Sean.
No, don't think so.
But was it a girl and 2 other girls, or was it a girl?
No, it was a girl and a girl
2 Hells Angels
her
or something?
friend and her friend's boyfriend.
Oh no!
Right.
So it was a double date, Sean. So it was a double date.
but
You're making out that it was a girl and 2 of her pals, but it was a double date.
But it wasn't, because it wasn't an arranged double date. They just showed up.
Well, it was arranged with A3. I mean, it probably just wasn't arranged with. What's wrong with you?
You're the odd man out of this situation.
You've went rogue. I mean, 3 out of 4's no bad. You fucking party pooper.
Raymond, have you ever not accepted a second date for any reason?
She phoned me up and says, I'm pregnant. I went, how do you know it's yours? No, well, do you know, I'm a very sensitive person, a very idiosyncratic person, a bit like yourself. So, I mean, normally, if a woman's breathing, that's enough for me to go on a date with her. Even then, you know, depending on how I'm feeling.
No, well, you're working for the NHS.
Well, you know, there's more options. So, anything. It could be anything. You know that way you either go, are you paying for the meal? I mean, fuck me. I'm a very generous man, even though we were in Greg's and Helensburgh. But I mean, I just think it's presumptuous. I mean, I'm a great believer in feminism, but stuff like if they've got like a dog and all that. No, you know what I mean? But I says, what are you bringing a dog for? She says, well, I can't get here myself. I'm fucking blind, you idiot. You know, stuff like that. Anyway, so Have I ever? I've never. Can you imagine? Look at my face, right? Just as well, this is a podcast. Can you ever imagine this not accepting a second date? Are you crazy?
This does go up on YouTube.
Vegetable. Oh, does it? Oh, for fuck's sake, right? That's okay. I should have shaved and wore nice clothes. I thought this was going to kind of audio version.
It does, but we're trying to put them up on YouTube, this series as well.
Well, I think that's a very shrewd move. There you go.
Why not? Why not?
You maybe see. This is how you felt on that first date where the 300 people ganged up on you. I never realised I was being broadcast to the world.
And on that note, please like and subscribe. Holly, have you ever not gone? Have you ever said no, thank you, no seconds for Holly? I've had a fill of you on the first outing.
No, I was thinking about this. I don't think I have. I've not really been on that many dates. That makes me sound really sad. I'm happily married, so it's fine. I'm all right.
Uh-huh.
When I first met Ben, who's now my husband, so it's all good. I turned down first dates with him twice, both times because I was hungover.
Oh.
So it was like a close one because he's good. He's all right.
So how did the third one happen? Were you pissed? Did you go the day early? What happened?
I just felt so guilty that I was like that. I can't turn it down a third time. But we had a lovely time, so it worked out all right. It was fine.
He literally guilted you into a marriage. That's something they could write a book about that.
That's terrible. No, he's a lovely man. But we had a great time. And when we finally went on the first date, we went to Ashton Lane and we went for a curry, and it was like the hottest day of the year. So every time he looked away, I was like wiping the sweat off my forehead with my napkin. But it was all good. Worked out for the best. That was 10 years ago and we're still together. So.
Well, Holly's obviously led a charmed life. I met a man on Tinder who I liked and I felt very sexually attracted to him. We'll later find out that was biology at play. And then I went to meet him and I sat there the whole time thinking, he's weirdly familiar. I feel very familiar. I might have even spoke about this in the podcast. He's very familiar. I really like him. And then when he went away, I decided I wasn't going to like Facebook stalk him or anything beforehand because I just wanted it to be like normal. And when he went to the toilet, I looked him up on Facebook and he was my uncle's secret family.
Oh.
Your uncle's secret family?
Yeah, my uncle had a second wife that he didn't tell anybody about with other Waynes. And that was his son.
Fucking witness protection program's murder, isn't it? You just don't know who you're banging about with.
There is no fucking witness protection. That's a long haul lorry driver for you. One wife on one end and one wife on the other end.
I mean,
and that was his.
That's just asking to be broke. What the fuck is wrong with these people? I've not got enough hassle in the one house.
That's not the worst part of the story, Raymond. He comes back and I'm like, is Bleep your da? Uh-huh. I'm like, oh my God, we're cousins. He goes, yeah, no, it's not illegal. And I was like,
right. No, yeah, anyway, right.
How did you find out when you went on Facebook? Did it just say...
There's a picture of him. No, there was a picture. No, there was a picture of him. Like, you know how your top 9 pictures are at the side of your Facebook? Mm-hmm. There was a picture of him with his mum and his dad and his sister. And his dad was my uncle. And I'm like, that's not your wife.
Oh, shit.
That wasn't how you discovered it. You already...
Yes. No, I didn't know until that we were on the date and I had spent ages going, I know him. How do I know him? And I thought if I went on his Facebook, I'd see we had a mutual friend or we'd gone to the same school or something. And then I could be like, oh, we went to the same uni or something. But it was...
How did you manage to extricate yourself from that? Would you just say, I'm telling your dad and he'll fucking learn you? What happened? How did you get yourself out of that?
I don't have to like get myself out of things. I just leave and go, no, I don't like this. I don't have any shame about that. I was like, right, this is weird. Bye.
You just ghosted them. You probably never even said this is weird. You went, I'm away for a pish. And then you bolted.
No, 100%. I said, this is fucking weird. I also said, I'm a comedian. I'm going to talk about this at some point. And then I left.
All right.
It's like, bye.
I would find that so unbelievably awkward. I would be like, all right, I ain't bothered. I'll fucking show you. I'll just go for a pish and climb out the window and talk behind your back. You fucker, your ears will be burning. I could never be that direct.
Oh, Raymond, it's great. Try it.
Oh, no, that's how I ended up married for 25 years. I just couldn't tell her I wasn't interested. A wee bit like Holly.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Well, there's somebody on Mumsnet said that there was a date they went on and it turned out the guy was on bail for robbery. So then I got a second date there. Another person was really nice until he turned up with his mobile phone on his belt. That was the reason.
Is that bad?
What is that?
Is that bad? What,
Yeah.
Is that bad?
No,
Why-
having
why is
a
that
phone
bad?
holster's gross.
Is that a very, when did that, were they in the 90s? I remember when I was in sales, some of the sales guys had them on their belts. Is that a 90s thing? Is that an old
I
thing?
think so. Was
Yeah.
that like so they could whip it out like a cowboy?
Whip it out like and flip it, man. At high noon.
There's one here that says that a woman went on a date with a guy who mentioned 3 times that he had a fetish for pink balloons. It's a bit weird.
Right.
That's balloon
what?
sitting. That's
And
a
that was
big
it?
thing.
But I don't think it's big enough you would mention it on the first date.
No, there's people that's the only way they can get a stoner.
A
God.
stoner, that's a good old East End word. I say, I've
So-
got a stoner.
It's a lovely word.
Oh. That's like you go like that. If you're sitting with a bird and she go, you got a stoner, you go, second date happening here, definitely.
Holly, what you saying?
I was saying, what did they do with the balloons? But I don't
They
know.
sit on them, Holly.
They
Sit on,
That's not
They
what I would
sit
have
on
thought.
them. They sit on them until they burst.
and that's it.
That's like there is a big, massive thing of. I've learned this for Bob's Burgers. This isn't like a not mainstream thing. It's a thing.
And that does it
And
for
the
them?
idea is you've got to kind of give yourself a fright. It's kind of like an adrenaline junkie thing.
A wee fanny fright.
A wee, aye, right.
I hate
Okay.
the sound of balloons as well. I can't stand it.
When they're bursting or when you're blowing them up,
Just
what do you
see-
mean?
just
When you're
touching a
pinging them,
balloon.
ping, when
Just
you're, and you go,
Oh, aye. I just
right, you don't like that?
Oh.
Right.
goes right through me. Can't stand it.
Ooh, fair enough. Everybody,
Birthday parties are a nightmare.
it's danger fucking lurks everywhere, doesn't it? It's unbelievable. You just have no idea how you could terrorise people. I mean, people are thinking just normal stuff like going and beating people up. The idea they just go out into the fucking joke shop.
See the freezer as well. I have to get my wife to go into the freezer for me. I can't touch the freezer.
Why?
Just the sound of ice
The
scraping
sound of
against it.
the sound of
I see like ice scraping and like things moving against it. Oh, it's just. I
well,
hate
there's
it.
ice in this glass. Does that freak
No,
you?
not like that. Just like.
Do you want
You know what I
me?
mean? Like.
Do you want me? Do you want me to eat an ice cube?
Can I just say, how good would an ASMR channel be of Raymond threateningly making noises you don't like rather than noises you do like? Just like, do you want to hear a wee balloon getting squeezed? Do you want to hear me crunch an ice cube?
I was amazed you could hear farts on Zoom. I just thought they were like, no, I thought you were kind of anonymous. Honestly, I like a fucking belter. I've got a kind of leather office seat here, and man, I thought I thought nobody heard it. Anyway,
The wee yellow
God.
highlight box came up.
And the way the internet's gone, and the way that the World Wide Web and the information superhighway, it'll carry the smell eventually, and you won't know. It'll just be an upgrade that will happen one day. Your computer will upgrade itself, and it'll have the smelly pipe put on, and then you'll be sitting here going like that. Maybe you'll be sitting on a fabric cushion to mask your flatulence, and you would go. You were just there, a right smelly one, silent but fucking violent, right? And you go, and then people will be sitting, you just see their faces going like this. Oh, fuck, somebody shut themselves. It's happening. It's coming next.
That's
The-
disgusting.
The cloud.
That's the worst dystopian future painting that Raymond's just created there. That's worse than like
Worse than anyone on Black Mirror.
Ventured online. Every week we do Story Corner where I pose the question to the wider audience and let them have a wee nib in and tell us why they haven't been on second dates. Helen got in touch and she said she went to the cinema in Glasgow City Centre. We were watching Breathless. He was stroking my back. I had a V-neck jumper on backwards. It was the 80s. Saying I had the smoothest skin of all the girls he'd ever touched. We went for a drink to the Berlin bar. He's at the bar. I ran to Central Station for the next train home. # Buffalo Bill.
Jeez.
Whoa. Where was the Berlin bar? Did I ever go there? Where was that? Berlin bar? That rings a bell.
Did you ever tell a woman she had very smooth skin while she was wearing a backwards V-neck, Raymond?
I think there's every possibility. I think it's possible. I mean, I just can't contain myself, you know.
Elaine said he had the longest, boniest fingers I've ever seen, and I didn't want to be fingered by Skeletor.
Oh no, you're all right there. No, look at these. They've always been the same. They're wee, fat, rubbishy fingers. I've not had plastic surgery on my fingers because I used to be a backstroking sex offender. They've always been the same.
This one's a bit bad. Gillian says he breathed on my clean window and drew a funny face.
Ah, well, that's quite good. There's other things you can draw, like Big Willies.
And hold on, let me just quickly jump to Twitter. There was a lot of these. There was a lot of people responding. Lindsay says, because at the end of the first date, he asked, so where do you see this relationship going? And I was like, calm down, pal. I've known you for 5 minutes. And I think that's fair enough. And Nicola says he asked to shave me on the first date.
Shave her? Shave? He said shave you.
He said, can I shave you?
Oh, all right. I thought she was with a facial hair issue. Right.
No.
Right. Again, I'm for the 80s where everything was fucking like the Amazon rainforest.
Holly, what would be your response if Ben had turned up on that date, you've put it off twice because you had a hangover, you turned up and you're having a lovely time, and then he goes, so do you want to come back to mine? I've got my Dollar Shave Club, who could be a sponsor of this show one day. Can I shave you?
Oh, I mean, I do hate shaving, so if it was going to save me, I mean...
That, ladies and gentlemen, is love right there. And one last one, Julie says, the first date he turned up in a snooker player's waistcoat boke. Which I think is...
Was that all he was wearing? Well, trousers as well, just the waistcoat?
No, I think he had on the whole thing, but he was also wearing like a Jim Davidson...
Like a waistcoat? You know, what year was that? See, waistcoats are in and out occasionally. Waistcoats are quite, they're quite, a la mode sometimes. I don't know if they're in new, but they were a few years ago.
I think I'd be more concerned if he turned up with a snooker cue. Just turned up with a snooker cue, like a titty.
Well, yeah, that woman had the dog. She turned up with a snooker cue. She went, it's no snooker cue, it's a fucking stick. You didn't think of the dog. Oh, it doesn't matter. Right, terrible.
Oh, Raymond. I think what we've seen is there are unreasonable reasons to not go on a date. Like maybe you've got a hangover and you're just making the love of your life wait 2 times. Or Sean's found something. His face has gone red and his mouth has dropped. What is it? Is it a picture of your brother's dick?
I misread it.
Okay.
Sorry, never mind.
Raymond, I'll ask you, because you're a man. We recorded an episode last night, right? And Sean was telling this story about how when he was like in his teens and adult years,
that was in my 20s.
He would walk in a room and his brother would have his dick out to give him a fright. Is that a normal thing?
Well, it depends on the size of the appendage, but...
That's what I said.
Yeah. It depends how scary it really is. It's like you go, whoa, Jesus, there's a snake in there. You get some men I like that. Are very sort of. I mean, if it's a serious kind of weapon, then I can see why they would get it out. But I'm purely from a certain perspective. But if it was nothing much there at all, I think I don't know. Was he? I mean, what was he? Was he Sean? Mm-hmm. Was it noticeable?
I'm not. He tried to get me answer this last night. It was. See, Holly, have you seen a film called Waiting with Ryan Reynolds?
No.
He keeps making up this fake film that explains why he did this.
It's set in a restaurant and the chefs keep on. They've got different names for it and you get different points for pulling it off. The biggest one to pull off is called for different positions that they put themselves in with a dick out to try and catch the rest of the chefs looking at them.
This is all a lie.
I swear to God, the highest one's called the goat, where they bend over and they tuck it between their legs and push it out, and it looks like a wee goat's face. And that's what we watched that film, and I went to the toilet and I came back, and he was standing there in the living room doing the goat.
Is that not?
So that's what happened.
Well, you sound like a real close family.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is that I don't think we were talking about people not having boundaries, and I says, well, maybe I'm not the best judge because we probably could have more boundaries.
Yeah. But he was the only one in the room. There wasn't anybody else.
There was no, it wasn't like a party or anything, or have the family over, my grand sitting watching telly.
Aye, that's weird.
Thank you, it's weird.
Yeah, that's just fucking weird. What age was he then?
In his 20s.
He would have been about 19 and I was about 22 or something.
I think there's some very damaged kids going about now. I'd never... God in his infinite wisdom would never countenance such awful stuff. Back in the day, no, we wouldn't do stuff like that. No, that's pretty weird. Good for you, Sean. Thanks for sharing.
It's not
I
something
thought I was
that
a
I'm
weirdo,
proud of.
and now I come on here now and I'm absolutely fine.
I love bringing this up. You know, this is going to be every episode we do. I'm going to ask people, do you think that's weird?
Everybody's going to say it's weird. I thought it was weird. I wasn't like, oh yeah, good job. Like,
what's he doing now with your brother? What's his job in it?
He works in the oil rigs.
He works in it. He's probably out there using it as a drill.
It's probably normal in the oil rigs. Not using it as a drill, but like.
He's probably going to have to go to space and like drill a hole in an asteroid to put a bomb in it with his dick, like Bruce Willis in Armageddon.
Oh, fantastic. He's a roughneck.
Old man Shawnee, he don't know words. He's just there struggling. He don't know Captain.
He don't know nothing.
Right, Sean, what do we do next? Is it Sean's an old man next?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a segment of the show where I read a sentence written with slang to Sean, who's an old man, and Sean has to decipher it. Raymond, you can't join in because you're too on the ball with stuff and you'll know shit. Because you know shit. And I know
Raymond's
you know
going to
shit.
know it and I won't.
Yeah, Raymond will definitely know it. Raymond knows stuff. Right. So here we go. Youth speak. Holly, Sean. Holly, please join in. Raymond, hod back. Sean likes a bit of jam. Who's a standing bitch?
Is that it?
Yes.
Sean likes a bit of jam. Who's a standing bitch? Like jam's like.
What, Holly?
What do you do with that?
Apparently, this is like slang, so we have to work out what it exactly means.
Right, I'm with you. Right, okay. So what was it again?
So
Sean likes a bit of jam. Who's a standing bitch?
a standing bitch. Is that like a dog thing?
Doggy?
No.
Wait, this is bitch is just like bitch, or is standing bitch? Is that the slang?
Standing bitch is the slang. It could also be who likes to bitch the pot.
Bitch the pot? I think you're making these things up. I swear to God.
I am 100% not making these up. These are definitive pieces of slang. Raymond, do you have any ideas on this?
I haven't got a Scooby. I haven't got a clue. Like, Sean likes a bit of jam. What was the rest of it?
Sean likes a bit of jam. Who's a standing bitch?
Sean likes a bit of jam. Who's a standing bitch? Is this got something to do with some awful sexual practice?
Nothing to do with sex in any way, shape, or form.
Sorry, because I was going to say, is it to do with period sex?
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe if I do it in a different voice, it'll help you. Sean likes a bit of jam. Who's a standing bitch?
Oh, is it like Cockney Raven slang?
No, it's not Raven slang. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah.
This is Victorian youth speak. And Sean likes a bit of jam. He likes a pretty woman who's a standing bitch. And a standing bitch was a woman who hosted tea parties. It's where the word bitch comes from in reference to women. If you bitched the pot or you were a standing bitch, you were a woman who had lots of other women over to chat and have tea.
Really?
And it's where spill the tea and having a bitch comes from.
Learn something.
No chance. So not only did I not know like new slang, I don't know slang for fucking hundreds of years ago.
Sean likes a bit of jam, which was what's a bit of jam?
She's a pretty young lady who's a standing bitch who hosts tea parties.
It's a good-looking lady who hosts tea parties.
Yep. Sean likes a good-looking woman who hosts a tea party.
Ashley, it's because
Right.
Bridgerton.
No, it was because I was looking up where the reference, where the spill the tea comes from, because that's such like a, oh, spill the tea bitch of having a gossip. And then I just went down this wormhole and it fucking went all the way back to Victorian. It literally went all the way back to the Victorian era. And I was like, holy fuck.
I've never heard of that in my life. You must have a time machine or
I'm
something.
glad it's
in your
not
house.
just me.
Right,
You don't hear that on fucking Doctor Who. He's
Yeah,
like,
I-
oh, she's a standing bitch. Can I get a wee cup of tea in?
You feel
He's
like
a stand. That's right. Okay, a Stuart's inquiry on that one, but fair enough. I'd never heard of that. I had no idea about that.
okay,
Sean
Tommy.
likes a bit of jam. Who's a standing bitch? There you go. A good little woman that makes a cup of tea.
There you go. See?
Fantastic. You get any biscuits?
I don't like tea.
You don't like tea? She'll get you coffee and a snowball.
You don't
No.
like tea.
I don't like hot drinks. We talked about this before in the podcast, didn't we?
No,
You don't like hot drinks? You're joking. Do you like soup?
No.
That's weirder than the brother thing.
I don't even like my food hot.
You don't like your food hot? What do you eat?
I like it-
Sandwiches or
I'll just
something?
leave it until it cools down a bit.
Right, warm. Do you like warm drinks?
No, not really. Just like I like my drinks freezing cold and my food lukewarm.
And you hate ice? You're a fucking mental patient. What are you talking about? I hate to hear ice, but I love things freezing cold. You're a loon ball. You live in an igloo, you fucking whack jaw.
It just burns my tongue and I can't taste it, so I don't like it.
You got like
Right,
a,
you
a
need to
weird
stop
tongue.
drinking lava or something. What is it you're drinking? I'll have a Mount Etna, please. There you go, a cup of lava.
Can you eat spicy food?
I can, but no,
Does
I
it
can't.
hurt?
I can't. I like a korma, so no, I can't.
You might have a geographical tongue.
What does that mean?
It means that your tongue's covered in
different
little
place.
tiny cracks, which means that you're sensitive to spice and heat.
Really? There you
Yeah.
go, see? It's not weird, it's just a geographical
Usually it comes to like people who've like licked grit or something, but
tongue. I might have done that. I may have done it when I was wee, I don't know.
Sean's just licking bricks like I like the taste of sandstone.
Story 2. I told a woman the meaning of her daughter's name, and now everyone is upset with me. 3 weeks ago, I went to visit my friend Alice, and during my visit, Mary, a friend of Alice, came unexpectedly over. Mary and I started a conversation, and during that conversation, Mary asked me what my cultural/ethnic background was, and I explained that I was Ethiopian. Mary seemed really happy to hear that, as it confirmed what she believed I was.
All right.
I thought that's where that was going. We talked about how she spent time in Ethiopia for some outreach program when she was younger and how much of an impact the people, culture, and traditions had on her. She then told me that the locals named her Yema Yemiche because that means beloved one, and that she loved the name so much that she has named her new daughter it. It does not mean beloved one. It actually means uncomfortable/inconvenient/imbecile, depending on how you use it. So I told her the true meaning. Mary is now very angry with me and refuses to accept that she named her child an unpleasant/offensive name. Mary left angry and Alice is now upset with me for hurting Mary's feelings, as she feels I shouldn't have told her. I do feel bad, as she seemed genuinely hurt by it, and I don't know what to do or how to fix hurting Mary's feelings.
What does the name mean? Boring. What's the name mean?
means
Inconvenient or
imbecile.
idiot. Like, so it's obviously she's turned up and been like, hello, I'm going to help the Ethiopians. And she's just got in everybody's road and they've went, oh, she's a Yemi Yamiche. And meaning she's a big annoying bastard. Do you guys want to know the meaning of your names?
Sure. I presume you've done some research, Ashley.
Yes, Raymond. Raymond is protector, mighty protector, or counsellor, which is, I think,
no.
it's derived from Germanic, which I think
Thank
is...
God. But thank God nobody knows that. I mean, that's just protector. What? I mean, I'm a fucking security guard. What does that mean? Or does that mean to live up to your name? Are you going to have to be like fucking like a hard man, and then every bam in his dog is want to have a pop at you? Do you remember there was a guy called Papa CG, a comedian, an Indian comedian, right? I would gig to him somewhere, and his father was there, this fella, a magnificent, amazing, impressive man. And I was asking what CJ's name meant, and I can't remember what it meant, but his father's name was VJ, which is quite a common sort of like Indian name. And I went, what does that name mean? What does VJ mean? And he says, it means powerful and indomitable, right? And I was going, I would be fucking hate to be called that, right? I would rather be called, going to leave me alone, I'm shiting myself. You know what I mean? Imagine being called fucking, he who shall not be vanquished. Well, fucking see about that. Can you imagine being called he who shall never be vanquished, Mearns walking down the Gallagate? Everybody would be fucking battering the shite at you.
It fits. I think it fits because it seems like a more cerebral protector, like a counsellor, like somebody who offers counsel to people in power.
Cerebral protector. It means I fucking wear a hat occasionally. That's what it means.
Well, if you think you've got power, if you think you've got pressure on you, Sean's name means gift from God.
Is that right? A gift for God? I got a clap once. I don't know if that was a gift for God.
My name comes from the Anglo-Saxon meaning a meadow or a forest clearing.
Are you talking about shaving again?
Holly comes from the Old English, and it means it comes from Old English word hologen, which means prick.
Really? Oh God.
Oh.
Or to prick.
But at least they're normal names. I mean, this Yamachi thing, and I mean, this is just a load of pretentious bollocks, isn't it? It's like, why are these bunnets all run about with personalised number plates and that? They want to go, oh, I'm so unique, and then it turns out and they call their Wayne a certain name and it means pale as shite in Gaelic. It's fucking ridiculous. Hey, I mean, so do you imagine there's people in Ethiopia calling their Waynes the same names, a Scottish name or something? You know, a word I've heard, hello, my name is Arse Features Adebayo or some fucking thing. Hey, that's the equivalent of it. Hello, I'm Arse Features. No bad. How's yourself, Arse Features? No bad. I'm Bob McShufty. It's ridiculous. It's pretentious fucking pish. That's what it is. And it does my brain in. Just call your boy Davy or Bully or something like that. A normal name, even if it's a girl.
I think that it is. I think that it's a wee bit like that white saviour caucasity thing where she wants to mention when people go, oh my God, that's such an interesting name. Where did you get that? And then she can tell the story about how she went to Ethiopia and how she helped the people in Ethiopia. And I'm glad that they told her. I'm glad that they called her an inconvenient cow.
I know, I'm glad they told her. Yeah, just fucking, hello, do you know I was in Ethiopia? And I'm going, I fucking wish you never came back, you boring bastard. These fucking people.
Holly, who do you think's in the wrong in this story? Do you think it's the lady with the badly named child or the lady who told her?
Oh no, definitely glad she told her. It reminded me of when Katie Hopkins was on this morning and saying how much she hated that kids had, like, when the kids were named after places, like, she's like, I just hate when they're called like Brooklyn. And then Holly starts laughing and she's like, is your daughter not called India? And it's like the best TV moment ever because I cannot stick her. But it's brilliant. It's so good.
Sean, anything else you want to say about that? What are you looking at? Is the baby awake?
Looking at the monitor. I don't know. It goes up and then it goes down again. I don't know.
Oh my God, what if there's a ghost talking to your baby?
Don't say that. Do you know what she did the other night that terrified the life out of me? I hate cats.
The baby. Yeah. The baby terrified you.
She does this thing where sometimes in the middle of the night she'll just wake up and just lie chatting to herself, right? She's not crying or anything, she's fine, so she just lies chatting to herself and eventually goes to sleep. So she was doing that and then she went silent and I was like, okay, she must have went to sleep. I'll go back to sleep myself. And just as I was nodding off, I thought I could hear a cat in the room. She was going meow, meow, because I keep on trying to say, what noises does a cat make, what noises does a dog make, and stuff like that. She started making cat noises, and obviously because I can hear it through the monitor, I shat myself. I thought it was a cat. I absolutely shat myself. So I hate cats. Terrifying. Then I realised it wasn't a cat, it was her. So interesting story.
I'm sorry, I can't.
It was scary at the time.
Oh, the inability to make a pussy joke and hold it all in right now is so bad, but also the fact that you're more scared of a cat than a ghost.
A ghost cat would be the worst.
Oh man, no, a ghost cat would be terrifying. A big, massive ghost cat.
And that would mean it's died 9 times. So it'll be like a beastie cat.
Oh, aye. It would all be mangled to fall. With eyes missing and a flat leg.
So the acronym this week is BCP.
Big cock peen.
BCP. Is it VCP?
BCP.
So it's an acronym.
Yeah.
And it'll be found on Mumsnet or Mothering forums. Holly, what is your guess for BCP?
Right, well, I've never been on Mumsnet, but I'm guessing it's about becoming a mum. So my guess is birth canal problems. And
You got the first word right.
but that sounds like a blog about how to give birth well, and then their tagline is like, I've got 99 problems, but a birth ain't one.
That's very specific. You got the first word right, birth.
Birth, right, okay.
Birth cock peen. Birthing co-parent.
No.
Well, that's a good guess.
Raymond, BCP.
Business continuity plan. Okay, no.
Think outside the box.
So the first word is birth.
Birth.
Yeah.
I know all mine were like big copper poop.
But and it's about women giving birth is banned from copulation permanently.
Is it birth control?
Yes, birth control is the first 2 words.
Birth control pill.
Yes.
Birth control pill.
It's the quickest it's ever happened.
BCP, the birth control pill.
Fucking hell. Yes, Holly and Raymond. I was no help there.
There you go.
Big copper poo was my biggest guess.
Also a form of birth control.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. Do you have anything you would like to punt or sell or shift on our podcast to our listeners? Holly?
No, peace and love and look after each other. Oh, and River City, I better say that.
Peace and love it. Oh, River City.
And Raymond, have you got any endeavours other than saving the world by sending out the testing kits?
No, not really. What am I doing? I just doing the odd wee gig. I'll be doing, I run the gigs up at 5 theatres. We'll be doing one at the end of January, which we were going to stream it for the theatre, but we're zooming it for our houses now. And we'll be doing that on the 29th of January, maybe? Aye, 29th of January. So if they could maybe tune into that, I think they're going to try and get people to pay for it.
And where can they get tickets for that? Do you know, like, just follow you on Facebook to keep a wee, or Twitter?
Aye. Just I'm the only guy called Raymond Mearns. Well, there's another guy called Raymond Mearns who's a champion bowler from Keith and up in the Highlands.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another guy called Raymond Mearns who got a £75 fine for smashing a windy in Dublin when he was pished. But I think that might have been me. I'm not sure. So yeah, just sort of like keep up to date with. I post the occasional thing that I'm doing on all the criminal stuff ends up in the newspapers. So yeah, I'm easy to find. I'm the only guy called me.
Raymond Mearns and the Digger.
Thanks for having me. Been great.
If you want to listen to me on the radio, I'm on every Friday night from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. on BBC Radio Scotland. You can listen again on the BBC Sounds app, or you can tune in every Thursday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know why I said it in that order. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on twitch.tv/Ashley Storrie from 10 p.m, where I'm playing games and talking shite. So that's it. Sean, anything you want to punt?
Yeah, you can watch my sketches on YouTube at Sean Wilkie or on Facebook. You can go on BBC Short Stuff and watch my sketches and other people's sketches.
Woo! Thank you so much for joining us, guys. This has been an absolutely brilliant episode. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Raymond. And make sure you tune in next time for more Are We Being Unreasonable? Yes, is the answer.
Right, thanks for having us. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.